You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and go on to the video. I'm gonna just put probably.
Someone says what's up with October the 4th. I have no idea what's going on. I seen the thing about it finally, because y'all asked me about this the other day, and I said I don't know what the hell is going on. But I also spoke about y'all putting focuses on these dates and stuff like that, right? And how people give energy to something that they don't need to give energy to. When you give energy to something outside of yourself, you create the reality that the powers that be want you to have. So how about this? Instead of you being concerned about it, how about you take your energy off of it? And the more people take their energy off of it, the less of the effect it's going to have. Because you got to be careful about what reality you're choosing to be a part of. These beings know exactly what they need to do to actually manifest their reality. They put something fearful out in front of you, right? Then they get people to talking about it. Then they get the energy in it. Then they're harvesting the energy. And now you have everybody in a frenzy about all this, that, and the third is going to go through. When the truth of the matter is, here's the truth. They've been sending out frequencies on the people since the beginning of time. Do I need to remind some of you guys of the when they started sending out those electric frequencies, I think it was back in the 60s? They started electrifying everybody's bodies and whatnot. And guess what? We're still here. Did it ever occur to you that using the emergency broadcast system, because they've been doing this shit like forever, that all you got to do is simply turn your TV off? And say, people are panicking for no reason at all. So you're falling into certain things and falling into certain realities that don't have nothing to do with you. If that's not a part of your reality, don't entertain it. Sometimes your protection is you not tapping into frequencies like that. This is why I've been posting that shit on my Instagram, because I don't want that stuff affecting any of my followers, because sometimes some of them can be very panicky. I try to not to post certain things on my Instagram now, because I know that can affect people a certain way. So I'm going to stop posting certain things now. But just remember, all of us do have the choice of free will about what we're going to get involved in. Certain realities you just don't need to get involved in. Certain realities you just need to turn away from. Somebody else's reality is not your reality. If somebody else's reality doesn't make you feel good, don't tap into it. Remember what I said. Tell Source, I want to co-create with you. Do a verbal contract with Source. Source, I want to do a verbal contract with you. The verbal contract that I want to do with you is, I want to experience the highest and greatest good for my life in this current reality, in this current timeline, and watch your life change. Just recognize that when these good things are coming to you, don't let the unhealed parts of yourself sabotage yourself, because you're not used to receiving blessings, or you're not used to having a peaceful life, or you're not used to having things finally come your way, or you're not used to coming out of certain situations because you've been in negativity for so long.
Yep, you don't know how to feel in the...
You got to heal too. Part of this is healing. Because some of y'all do what we call self-sabotage. I've been guilty of it myself. Sometimes I'll say to myself, is this real? Is this real? But yet I see I see the reality that I'm currently living in, and I'm living in it. I'm present in it. I can see when I look outside my home, my ocean, the ocean. Is this real? Yes, it's real. You can create the reality that you want for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Put your
Thank you. Thank you. That is all I'm saying. That is literally all I'm saying. I got blackberry seeds all going in my teeth and stuff. Oh my God. That is literally all I am saying. You know, I know there's a lot of situations that be happening around Earth, and sometimes like they be trying to pass laws and, you know, just do certain things that'll get people riled up. Like some video will go viral, and, you know, just of a woman getting hit in the head with a brick. It's like, it's just causing more division to be in that energy and spread more of it. Like I said, in the last live I did, if you want to make the world a better place, you got to make the change, because what you do is a part of Source, and everybody is a part of Source. So when you're just vibrating in that beautiful energy that you're in, you're changing the world by changing yourself. And when you are indulging in certain energies, you are still spreading that energy that you're indulging in, because everything is just magnetic. It's a domino effect. It's divinely aligned. You are divinely aligned. So whatever you do is just gonna be the result of your reality. A lot of us are riled up on the alarm that will go off on October 4th, or the government shutdown that's about to happen. And it's like, you don't have to experience that reality. You don't have to experience the frequencies that they've been putting through the TVs. You don't have to experience this alarm that they trying to do and trying to send out these negative frequencies through your phone. Like they're testing certain things. You don't got to experience that. You don't. If you know that it's gonna happen on October 4th, you can just turn your phone off. Put your phone on silent. Something. You don't have to panic and get in a frenzy and like spread the energy and just make it seem like, oh, everything is just finna be messed up now. Like, no, the whole governmental shutdown situation is like, it's causing more people to be in that fear. Oh, what is gonna happen? Things are gonna start to be worse in my life and my job and everything's. They did the same thing, you know, in 2020. They're trying to bring it back. They're trying to bring back the fear. They tried it with monkeypox. They talking about EG.5, the latest. You see it, you know, and people are just feeling more, you know, like they don't know what's going to happen with their future, but you are in direct control of your life. You are. You don't have to give up your free will because of the outside world. You have the power to make your life the way you want it to be. She literally just said she's sitting over there sometimes in disbelief at the reality that she has created for herself. Like, is it really an ocean over there? Yes, it is. That's the reality she's in. Shaka bars. This man is living in Ghana, paying $600 rent, sitting by waterfalls, helping kids, petting elephants, doing all types of beautiful stuff with his life. He created that for himself because he didn't limit his potential and his abilities to change his own life. When you give up your willpower and your consent and your life over to the government or people outside of you, you start to lose control of your life because you're predicting your life off of what is going on around you, not what's going on inside of you. You feel me? That's what I wanted to say about this latest, you know, EG.5 and then this Omni, whatever the heck it is, the Omnicron, you know how they keep trying to bring back that fear. They keep trying to bring it back and it's not sticking, guys. You have to just be in your peaceful state and create peace for your life. For real. All of this, it's nothing but an energy harvester. And it's whether or not you consent to allowing your energy to be harvested. Yeah, y'all, that's what I really have to say about the situation and the government shutdown and the cell phones and all of this stuff that's happening, yada yada yada. Be aware and be prepared, but don't give it fear over, don't give it control over your life. Like you just feel like you're in a state of panic that something's bad gonna happen, because then you'll manifest it because you're that powerful. You are that powerful. The things that you speak outside of your manifester, your throat, you're that powerful. Know that. But yeah, I got another part that I want to make sure that I show y'all too, if you still with me.
I want you guys to understand something. When you open yourself up to something without having full knowledge of what it is that you're opening yourself up to, you suffer the consequences of such.
And I want to touch on that because that's exactly how I lost my Facebook page. Me feeling froggy, me feeling like, you know, not really thinking too much into the situation, just thinking that I'm going to upgrade my income source because I'm so in a rush for trying to prove myself, to trying to, you know, finally move out of my mom's house. Like so much of that just in a rush, not really reading the fine print, not really seeing the weird things that's going on, just in a rush in the mind and just consenting to something that I didn't know what I was consenting myself to. So when I got that email of that person who was trying to take my page and they were saying, oh, we're gonna put ads in your account, yada yada yada, we don't need no blah blah blah, put my email in, consented it to on Facebook, didn't even know that they were gaining access to my account because I wasn't paying attention and being present. And then that was the ramifications of my decision that I made, the consent that I made. And the same thing where she's talking about when you're going to hospitals, consenting to them experimenting on you and overcharging you, and oh, they don't end up helping you because you want to be an organ donor and you're wondering why they're not helping you, why they're really not giving you all the medical procedures that you can get to save your life. You're wondering why they're doing that because you consented to it. You consented to them taking your organs and not paying your family for it, because that's what they really did. That's what they really need to be doing, charging $100,000 for organs. Got people on lists charging that amount of money for organs, and you're just giving it up for free. You think they're gonna really pay attention to you in the hospital? That's all because you consented to it. You see how it works? Let's get into the next part.
You leave yourself subject to not receiving that spiritual assistance or help that you need because they have to honor thy contract and thy free will. They have to honor it.
The video today that I am reacting to is honor thy contract. You know, it's a contract, so even if you don't know, you still submitted to certain things that you didn't fully understand, and that's why it comes back to bite you in the ass. I'm telling you, I was literally just experiencing the same situation that she was just talking about. That's how you know it's all of this unity consciousness, because we all are just literally in this bowl. experience in life. Thank you, Isis Wisdom.
Those same individuals are now subject to the choices that they made according to the CDC. And if you recall, they were saying that if you did this, if you did that, they were making fun of people, they were threatening people, people were getting fired from their jobs and all kinds of stuff like that.
I definitely got fired from my job working at CVS, trying to get me a technician license, trying to get some type of license, some certificate. Couldn't even finish it because they wanted to shoot me up. Definitely. And some people weren't willing to give that up. At that point, I'm not risking my body for money. That can have long-term effects that people don't even know about. And because you didn't know and you still consented to it, you have to honor by contract.
When you sit back and you think about all the damage that's been done to a lot of people now, and more damage is being done on the people. Because what that shit does is it breaks down your DNA.
Listen.
But it's not just with that situation. It's with any choice or decision that you decide that you are going to make. And you know, deep down inside, you didn't listen to the God within. You didn't listen to the intuition within. And you went against yourself. You were hard-headed. And you went against yourself. Or you didn't listen to that inner voice of the Most High. Or you didn't listen to your ancestors when they were trying to tell you something. Or you went against your gut feeling. How many times have you guys got a gut feeling about something and then you went against it and then all kinds of bad stuff started happening to you?
I do realize everything happens for a reason, and the experience that I had pertaining that, I was 14, I think. I've always had a strong intuition, but I never really trusted myself or what I thought. I always just trusted with my mother, or, I didn't really trust myself. This situation pertains to the gut feeling that you have, and when you don't trust it, something, happens. I used to go over my Uncle Jason's house a lot. I used to go over his house a lot. He was the best uncle ever. He never charged my mom to watch us. He always fed us, and he always opened his door up to us. One day my mom, she was just like, do y'all want to go over your uncle's house, or do you want to go over your auntie's house? My sister, was like, oh, we've been going over Uncle Jason's house a lot. We've been going over his house a lot. Let's just go over our auntie house. And something in my gut was telling me, you should go over your uncle's house. Go over your uncle's house. Go over your uncle's house. Something kept telling me that, but because I was just going with the flow of how my other siblings was feeling, when we went over my auntie's house, we had found out that our uncle had transcended the next day, and he was killed by a police officer. A part of me still think about that gut feeling that I had, like, you need to go see your uncle, you need to go talk to him. Still felt like, what if I would have went over there? What if I could have changed that situation and that circumstance, but because I wasn't following my intuition or what I was feeling and that gut feeling that I had inside of myself, now my uncle has transcended and went to another place. I didn't get that last time when I had a choice to go see him and I didn't follow my gut. Whatever you're feeling, you should really, really trust it, because you never know what could happen if you don't.
Always remember, your ancestors and everybody else around you has to honor your free will. They're going to come, they're going to tell you, they're going to give you the warnings. But if you're not present enough to see the warnings or pay attention to how you feel, I want to say key word, feel. Not up here. Don't get the thinking up in here, but how you actually feel. When you get to moving against yourself like that, you are literally creating a contract to move against yourself. Do you guys have any idea how many times I've had a conversation with Source where I asked Source permission to come in and help someone, and Source has told me absolutely not. They open themselves to it. That is their contract, and now they will have to suffer the consequences of their choices.
A prime example of this would be, like, say for instance, you know somebody who is a heavy drinker. You see them coming in with a new bottle. You try to tell them you shouldn't be doing that. Like, spirits take over you and you just feel real, it really messes your body up and you could be sick. But then this person is like, I'm trying to get hooked up, I'm trying to, and I really need this. Gonna drink it, so I don't know why you're even talking to me. It says a warning sign on the seal. What does it say when you go look for liquor? Spirits. There are spirits literally sitting on the shelf waiting for you to consent by peeling that seal off and opening the bottle, you are letting this spirit out. It's kind of like a genie in a bottle, basically. It's literal spirits sitting on the shelf. And when you try to talk to this person and they're not listening to you, and then when they open the seal and allow this spirit to come into their body, and now they're feeling sick, now they need to go to the hospital, now they're, in the hospital just messed up. And it's like you tried to talk to that person, but it's like no matter how many times you try to deal with a person or try to deal with family or try to deal with siblings, they have to honor the contract. The people on the other side have to honor the contract. The angels that support you have to honor the contract, because this is what you consented to. It's like now you're trying to pray and help this person, and there's nothing that can be done because they opened the seal and they consented to that spirit coming into them. And now they're in a car crash. Now they're on life support. What you open yourself up to, that's what they have to honor. And then you're praying and you're asking, and they just like, there's nothing that can be done. And you're constantly getting that back, like nothing can be done. And it's like, damn, like that's the contract needing to be honored. She had posted on her Instagram and said, I just did a live titled Honor Thy Contract. It's the post before this one. Check it out and let me know your thoughts.
Leave people alone. Stop insulting people because they don't know what you know. When you see people in a certain state of mind, it's not your job to criticize them, put them down because they don't know. It's not your job to bring certain knowledge to them that they're not ready for. We don't know what a person's past life experiences are. You got people that are living on this planet right now that are serving out shit that they did from several lifetimes ago and are still suffering from certain things that you don't know anything about. They were born into the world with certain issues and things like that you don't know anything about. And they are attracting these different experiences because they haven't healed from those past life experiences. So now they're back in this lifetime still learning the same lessons over. You don't know what's going on with the person.
You don't know.
Feel fortunate and blessed enough that you were able to wake up out of your own slumber and learn these lessons for yourself.
That's the whole reason why I had said this in a live, because somebody had commented and said,
somebody said she thinks people are homeless because they're not vibrating on the same level she is, but the only difference between them is she got permission to stay in someone's house.
I don't think like that. You may think like that because you're jumping to those conclusions, but I don't.
I don't ever compare myself or belittle anybody else and think that I'm higher than anybody because they're not on the same level as me.
I'm looking at things from God. I'm looking at things from source. I'm looking at situations from the universe. I'm not looking at it from this earthly standpoint. When you really look deeply within, you will get to see that this is literally a soul that is trying its best to exist with the current circumstances that they have had for them. They're just trying to work their best on this earth. And you're sitting there judging them, or you're thinking the worst of them when you haven't even asked them, why are they feeling this? What happened? Why is this, you're not coming from love. You're not coming from what the universe is looking at, what source is looking at, what your God is looking at. What's wrong with you? Get it together. Stop judging people. Fuck, you're not better than nobody else, and nobody's better than you. I really hope that these messages today actually, gave y'all a different perspective, because it definitely connected the dots for me with certain situations and things that I've seen in my life. I've been jumping around to certain key points, but if you want to just watch it fully through, I'm gonna put the link to the video in the description. So yeah, this is like one person that I 100% will give the kudos and the love to. I learned a lot, like on my journey, just in my shadow work journey, my self-healing journey. Like she would pop out with the videos all the way. Like every situation I was going through, she will always pop out with a video that will help me through that situation. And like, I didn't even know this woman. So that's how you know we are all connected. Thank you, Isis Wisdom, for sharing this. And y'all need to go watch this video. Seriously, it really helped. Y'all stay dangerous.